Hello guys, welcome to today's video. In this video, I will be teaching you guys how to use a nested if function to calculate the capacity of an event that is being held. So, what will we learn today? Today, I will be discussing what is a regular if function. Then, I will be talking about nested if functions. And finally, I will be giving a step-by-step tutorial on how to calculate capacity using a nested if function. So first off, what is an if function? The if function allows us to set up two alternative outcomes depending on a condition. In order to use the if function, you need to have a basic understanding of how functions work and recall how to start a function. To set up an if function, you start off with an equal sign and if. And then in between two parentheses, you will have three conditions. The first condition is what you want the code to read. The second is what needs to happen if the condition is true. And the third one is what happens if the condition is false. Regular if functions can be used to show messages such as pass or fail. On screen now, we have an example of how to start a regular if function. In blue, we have students. In yellow, we have grades. And in green, we have the outcome. To start this if function, it's an equal sign if, and then parentheses b2. If b2 is less than 60, which will be our threshold for passing, you will put a comma, and then in quotation marks, you will put fail. This is what happens if the condition is not met. And then another comma, and then pass. This is what happens if the condition is met. After this, you'll get your outcome and drag it down to the rest of the column to get you the rest of your outcomes for your rows. Moving on, let's discuss what a nested if function is. A nested if function is very similar to the regular if function when it comes to the layout of it. The function is still broken up into three parts, but this time we have two more extra if functions in the 2 and 3 spots. This function is used if there are three possible outcomes. That means you will either have a positive, negative, or neither outcome when using the nested if functions. Starting off, let's look at this example. In blue, we have concert venues. In orange, we have maximum capacity. In purple, we have tickets sold. And in green, we have the status. Let's start off this nested if function now. So equal signs if. And then in parentheses, we will have B2 is equal to C2. So if the tickets sold are equal to the maximum capacity, in quotation marks, we will have a full house because the values are equal. Then a comma to separate them, and then another if, and then parentheses once again. Then if B2 is less than C2, it will be overbooked, as there are more tickets sold than there are concert venue seats. This is why it's nested. And lastly, we will have space available. These are our three outcomes for our nested if function. We close it off with two parentheses just to make sure all the parentheses are full, and then we drag our answers down all the way to fill up the rest of the column and the rest of the rows. Thank you for watching, and this is how you make a nested if function.